Hello everyone, and I'm just checking my volume here to make sure that the sound is a bit better in this video, unlike the previous one. Hello everybody, my name's Christiana Davidson. I'm a psychotherapist and a hypnotherapist, and I work in this niche of the narcissistic family system, and I help adult children, as they're known, to break free from the impact that having been brought up by a narcissistic parent, how that impacts one as an adult. And today we're looking at the impact of the narcissistic mother on her daughter, but particularly in regards to friendships. So if you are the daughter of a narcissistic mother, or perhaps you're the brother and your sister was, you may relate to some of what I'm sharing here. So if you were the daughter of a narcissistic mother, you may find that you feel insecure and anxious or lacking in confidence in your friendships, but particularly in your friendships with other women. And often what can happen is, because of this insecurity about oneself in relation to other women, the inner critic can have a field day. Daughters of narcissistic mothers can be, beating themselves up black and blue. What's wrong with me? Why don't I just fit in? Why am I so anxious? Why can't I just be like other women and be confident? And it sets up a real anxiety relationship when it comes to relating to other women. Now, I'm going to suggest, before you start beating yourself up for not fitting in or feeling less than them, or that there's something wrong with you, there is a very understandable few reasons why it is completely predictable almost that you would feel this way. So here are approximately 4 or 5 reasons. Number 1, narcissistic mothers teach their daughters that relationships are about you fitting yourself in to the wishes and needs of others. So relationships are about you adapting yourself to be what image the other person wants you to be. So it's your job in a relationship to reflect well on the other person. So you learn that to be a friend is to make them look good. And when we explore this a bit further, we can say it's not only to make them look good, but to take on their likes, their views, their dreams, and to be useful to them. In other words, to be a good friend is to fit yourself into their world, just as you did with your narcissistic mother. And you do this in order to ensure the longevity of the friendship, just as you learned in your relationship with your narcissistic mother. It was all about meeting her needs. Now, therefore, friendship as an adult with other women is anxiety provoking. Because you can't just be yourself. No. You are constantly on the alert for how others are experiencing you, how other women are experiencing you. So you may find often that you're sort of looking around at the group of friends, on the alert for any annoyed looks or for any signs that perhaps you don't fit in, or there can be a real sense of shame if you say something that sort of doesn't have the reaction you were hoping, or if the other women look a bit sort of confused. You can really begin to spiral in that context, and start to believe that other women are just naturally more of a woman than you. They just know how to be okay. They seem to just, like themselves, and know what to say. They know what to wear, but you feel you don't. You feel that you can never quite measure up. And this also stems from times of criticism from the narcissistic mother. Suggestions that, oh gosh, why are you wearing that? Or are you sure you want to put that on for this? Or, oh, did you really say that? Or, all these sort of little comments that the narcissistic mother will give to her daughter leaves the daughter in a place of doubt about her own natural responses, her own natural reactions. And so in friendship groups, the daughter then will do the same. She will sort of monitor what she's saying, be very on the alert that, oh my goodness, do I need to sort of just process this first before I say anything? There's a sense of a lack of ease at being oneself. You believe you can't be yourself, you have to adapt yourself in order to be acceptable. The second aspect, or the second impact that the narcissistic mother has on her daughter in terms of friendships, is that because, growing up, you could never really fully trust your mother's motivations. There were times where she seemed to not be out for your good. And so that leads to a lack of trust in relationships further down the line. We can be afraid to open up to others because we can't trust their intentions. We're not sure if they're going to snatch things from us or want to see us fall or fail. That we can trust their words of affection or that they want us in the group. We're never fully sure, so that keeps us held back a bit and a bit guarded and anxious as well. And number 3, often narcissistic mothers can try to keep you from friendships. They may sort of suggest to you at different times as you're growing up that your friends don't really like you, or that those girls are just not good, or they may suggest that you don't go out with them, or they might hold you back from going out with them. Because you see, the narcissistic mother needs to ensure that your attention is on her, and there's a bit of jealousy that can happen here in terms of friendship. Now, the narcissistic mother herself has never really had proper friendships, and so she doesn't want you to have them because you're her source of supply and nobody else can have you. So there can be a lot of negative suggestion about friendships and how other women are only jealous of you, or they're not really looking out for you, you can't trust them, that sort of thing. Number 4, because we've had a narcissistic mother, there's a tendency to attract narcissistic female friends. That's just how it is. That's the kind of subconscious heal pattern. We try to heal ourselves through similar types later on in life, and it never works. But we're also familiar with the narcissistic type of personality. So those who are kind of highly critical, controlling, who affirm that you can't trust anyone, who really are out to see your demise, and are jealous of you. So often, adult daughters of narcissistic mothers will find themselves surrounded by similar types of women, and they'll actually be drawn to them and be trying to fit in with those types. And number 5, we constantly compare ourselves to other women, like what we wear, how we do our hair, what we say. There's such a strong inner critic that polices us. We're constantly comparing and criticizing ourselves to other women and trying to look to them to show us how to fit in, how to be a woman, because that's something that our narcissistic mothers were not able to do. They didn't know either, and they were putting on a false show. So we ourselves see that being a woman with other women is to put on a false show. And that is the underlying root of the anxiety there and the lack of peace that many feel in groups of other women. So what's the solution here? Well, number one, I would say, stop trying to fit in. No more of that. And that's so scary. Because many adult daughters have been doing it all their lives, trying desperately to fit in. But it's time now to be you, and to like being you. Who is the woman that you are? And that comes from within. And when you're able to give yourself the space to be you with other women, you will find that that itself draws the right type of friends into your world, the right type of other female friends. Because you'll know that those are the genuine ones. And you can tell a genuine friend it's someone who you can really feel at peace with, that your body's at ease when you're around them. You're not in a state of alert or stress or, fearful of being judged or trying to say what they need you to say or be cool or anything like that. You can just be yourself. So your body is a great indicator of who the right friends are for you in your life as you step out of narcissistic abuse and you come out of that web that has held you captive for so long. So if you would like some deep dive work into the impact of your narcissistic parent or parents on your life today as an adult, please do sign up. I'll leave my Calendly link at the bottom of this video. I have such a powerful method and it uses hypnotherapy, so we're working on the subconscious as well, and that's where the healing is at. That's where the transformation is at, I believe. So please do book in, and if you're watching on YouTube, please like, share and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you everybody, and see you again soon. Take care.